Player proxy is still none. What? Let me see, for the logic object, I think we call, inside of stuff like the low hit, active, things like that, we do call get player proxy, right? On our actor? I guess it's none of this stuff's available until after we've spawned our dude in here. So we actually have to wait for our first update tick. Alright, I see how it is. Kind of a hack that we're gonna have to throw in here. I'm going to throw that on my list of things at some point that I'd like to fix. The cleanup player entity actor spawn flow. Because what we need at least is like a post play. At least a post spawn call. Someplace we can throw all the rest of this stuff. Alright, so that's our player indicator there, which is this tiny little blue thing here. Which is actually not too bad. Alright, so let's work on this player indicator a little bit. Alright, so player proxy actor gets get indicator position for. Where am I located? Am I in the US? Yeah, I'm over in Washington State, so I'm West Coast, US. Alright, screen percent is that sort of stuff. It doesn't appear to be working as I would have expected. PSD equals Sydney time? Not quite. It's like, 12:30 in the morning. It doesn't appear to do jack shit. Or it appears to do the opposite of what I think it should do. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's put it even closer. Now that looks like it's a turned square. Like the square is not actually turned towards our camera properly. So why don't we try a 90-degree rotation on it? Yeah, that's looking better. Alright, so we need that player indicator distance from screen. Maybe we need a little bit more. Distance scale max, min scale, max scale. So it's going to take the distance and we're going to make it smaller. Like as the distance gets greater, this thing will get smaller. No, it'll get bigger with distance. We want to do the opposite. So we probably want to do 1 minus this thing. No, it looks like it was working correctly. Looks like our having a low resolution sprite there for that thing makes it all ugly. Shouldn't be -1, it should be 1. That's what I screwed up. just need to tweak this until it looks like how I'd like it to. What? What's going on there? We're stepping on the ball? We're stepping on something. We're stepping on the indicator? Yeah, it looks like we're stepping on our indicator. No collision. Alright, so get indicator position for blah. Let's just print it out real quick. Alright, so screen distance is very big, scale is going to be 0.5. Screen distance is $3,000. The problem is the screen distance is basically like 5,000 to begin with. So why don't we try that? Yeah, so I'm thinking just a simple indicator like that's probably plenty. Because we don't want this stuff to be too crazy. Because we can see there are people off over on the sides. And that's not a problem. Looks like the team colors didn't change. So let's see, when we go into the set shader variables, we're not actually calling set shader variables, are we? Alright. So that's going to be that issue. Just like that. So let's make sure it works. Screen's a box. So looks like our indicator position stuff is probably busted. So we're taking the minimum of half our width and half our height and then multiplying. I'm not sure that's the way I want it to work. So why don't we change that? And see what happens with it when we don't have that sort of thing going on. Because this is clamping it to the aspect ratio is what it looks like. And I wonder if the aspect ratio is taken into account in the further math down below. Because it looks like half width and half height are used, but it's not actually going to matter because we were taking the minimum of them, which will clamp it to a box. Well, I shouldn't say a box, I should say a square. Well, we'll just compile this out. Yeah, I haven't been talking a whole hell of a lot. Just been working. So what is Adam actually working on? He's doing normal stuff? He's just working on art. Well, he's got like 80 people in chat. When that usually happens, he starts trying to do more art things and less technical crap. Just because people Alright, so we'll see what happens when we unclamp this indicator position from the square. People, man. Is there another reason? Because I would assume he'd be working on... Let me see what's even on his sprint this week. If he's even made a sprint. We've got Art Sprint 5, but you never know. Supposedly it ended on the 28th. Normal hand paint, light baking, forest canopy, geosticking. Yeah, so he's working on hand painting some normals. Alright, normals. Yeah, it looks like there's definitely issues with the camera position stuff with these indicators. The math is wrong. so yeah, I'd have to go look through even more of this stuff. Alright, so if we go into here, our visibility is not being set properly. Okay, so we will need to maybe do 1.1 on it, see how that looks. So we can see all the players over there doing what they do. And I think just simple squares for now. I mean, that's probably good enough. Probably want an opacity on them. You can't hear it on stream, but I'm just listening to the bots beat the shit out of each other. There's just a lot of footsteps and a lot of punches getting thrown. Alright, so that appears to be working, so let's grab let's put an opacity. And let's make sure that there's an actual opacity thing inside of our graphics for this. Alright, so it was the translucent glowing UI sprite. Opacity, we do not have an opacity modifier, so let's get a multiply going on here. Point 0.6 looks a little bit too see-through. Yeah, it looks like it might work. It's not too stupid. Alright, and let's go to our game options then. So our game options has team indicators, has other team indicators, and all that stuff. Okay, so put our player indicator, event graph, so and I think we'll just toggle the visibility of this thing. So position for player is going to basically be get local player proxy. Let's call it get team. And we'll get our followed actor, which is it's an actor reference. We want followed player. Okay, so we want this is our team. Might use it later. I could definitely see like a team specific coloring as opposed to red and blue. Kind of like green and or like yellow and green or something might be preferable to some people. Okay, so if it is our team and has team indicators is false, and then we do that. Let's see. Has other team indicators and has team indicators. Other team indicators is false, so we should only see our own team colors. Alright, so we see our team pretty nicely there. Alright, let's boot up a bunch of clients here and make sure that this works over the network. These guys all gotta boot up. Alright, so we're seeing our team indicators there properly. Yeah, our team indicators on that one too. Okay, so that looks like it's working. Let's make sure that... Now why is this all pissed off all the time? So if we go to our shared objects, we should be able to edit this thing. So the other question would be if stealth affects the team indicators. Let me take a look at my game mode stuff. So stealth has team indicators. Yeah, okay, so we need to check this out. And I think it's going to be... We need to set stealth teams to true. Has team indicators should be true here, but has other team indicators should be false. Stealth nameplates, stealth crouch. Let's make another one here. Stealth crouch, so has team indicators, has other team indicators, but stealth crouch is set to true. Okay, so I need a function basically to say like no, I think we'll be alright. Yeah, okay, so we definitely want some of this. Alright. I'm just scattered today, I guess. Though not scattered, I guess more seemingly more focused on stuff. Okay, team indicators. There's actually some task here that I have. Today is Friday. Alright, I'm just gonna... Team indicators is working. Just need to test it out. Well, I'm just trying to balance a lot of things at once. Like, all this game mode data comes in, and I'm like, well, should player indicators have stealth? And it's like, well, if the person's on the other team, yes. Sounds like it should. So if you're stealthed, no indicator if you're on the other team. But then I'm looking at some of my other stuff. Oh, thank you, Windows Defender, for popping up for no fucking reason to tell me nothing's wrong. That's so helpful of you to just inform me that, hey, I just wanted to let you know I did a scan thing and everything's fine. Be like, well then why would you tell me anything at all? Like, just be like somebody knocking on your door. It'd be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know your house is not on fire. You know, don't worry about it. What do you mean? Ah, it's not on fire. Everything's fine. Well, go away. Alright, so we should be able to see our opponent's team indicators now. And we can. Okay, let's get rid of these dudes. So what we need to do is we need to add the stealth ability stuff in here for the player indicator. Okay, so if Jam has other team indicators, then what we want is alright, so if we have stealth teams or stealth crouch, so we want to get the followed actor from this guy. So followed, we have our player proxy actor. We actually want our followed actor, so where do we... Entity actor. Okay, so if it is stealth crouch and crouched, let's see, we want to grab the followed actor here. Gotta get all this stuff set up. We always need all the information, I should know that. Alright, so I think, where's our stealth settings? So, is crouched